anxiety looks like constant overthinking of everything, I really can't think of a way anxiety doesn't rule my life. This is anxiety.
For me, anxiety is, a constant battle with struggling, where are my thoughts going and where are my thought patterns going? And it usually has a tendency to be towards the negative. This is anxiety.
It got noticeable in the sense that I started to see it interfere with my day-to-day life more and more. I would have trouble sleeping, not be able to perform day-to-day tasks because I was thinking about something that I was anxious about or something that I was concerned about, or something kind of made its way into that kind of like anxiety loop that we all deal with that I couldn't shake. This is anxiety.
I was thinking about how long I've experienced anxiety, and I think really the answer is all my life, but when you deal with it, I don't even think you realize you have anxiety. I never knew what it was almost like not to live in this state of hyper awareness, and not even hyper awareness, but hyper imagination, just thinking about all the things that could go wrong.
I think like early trauma, we all have it in some way or another, whether it's a divorce or just any kind of conflict in the family. It creates this splintering of your emotions when you're a child. So I remember being rocked by a few things growing up, and that kind of cemented itself in my identity.
I'm an entrepreneur. I have my own business where I do art and interior decorating. I'm a real estate agent, and I am the new director for Network Under 40 in Baltimore. So my life requires me to be extremely social and outgoing, and those are two things that I do love, but it is difficult while dealing with anxiety.
In my situation, my brain was getting the signal that I was in crisis mode at all times. So everything is crisis mode, everything is do or die.
Just recently, last fall, I realized what I was dealing with and finally came to terms with understanding what anxiety actually was. And I thought something was wrong with me. I was depressed, I was dealing with health issues, and because I didn't know what those health issues were, it made my anxiety even worse.
Anxiety does have a pretty negative impact on my life, and I'm sure lots of people's lives, but I also find that I think it's one of my driving forces in my business because I'm over analyzing things and always wanting more and to do better and to do better. I find that it pushes me to be and do just that.
The physical effects, the manifestation of anxiety causes you to feel physically ill, so that you can actually justify, well, I'm actually sick, like I'm not well. But it's hard when people can't visibly see it. There's no crutches or tubes or anything like that. It's actually, it's inside, so.
Knowing what anxiety is and accepting that you have it and learning about anxiety just changes how you handle things. It really helps once you just accept it and learn to live with it instead of letting it victimize you and crush you, because that's a really easy thing to happen when you have anxiety.
It's not something that people without it are going to be able to talk you through. If you're an anxious person, you're going to be surrounded by people who say, don't worry about it, don't sweat it, just let it go. But if you could do that, then you wouldn't be in the situation. If people can realize that, then people can start to arm themselves with the ability to make real concrete improvement in their life, and achieve a new level of fulfillment or happiness that, as of right now, they don't even think is a reality.
Life as I knew it is not something I had to settle for. I could seek a better quality of life where I could truly realize that I am not the anxious thoughts that I have on a day-to-day basis. They're there, and they certainly serve a purpose sometimes, but I don't have to identify them or let them hold me captive in all the ways that I was.
You are not alone. You are one of many that can take a condition or take a situation and make the best of it.
To those of you who have anxiety, we deal with it on a regular basis, and it's stressful for us, but if you find healthy ways to deal with it and open up to the people around you, it can get better.
So many people, they don't even realize that how they're living is not how they have to live. And there's help, and you don't have to be afraid of it or scared of it or make anything wrong about yourself. You can choose to live as big of a life as you want, and I just want that for everybody, because I've seen what it's like on the other side, and I've seen what it's like when I get help, and it's worlds different. You don't have to stay where you are, and you're not alone.